Hi, this is Bhavna, and you're watching India Today. The one song I've been humming ever since it's released is Leke Prabhu ka Naam, and I am joined by Nikita Gandhi here. Firstly, a huge welcome,
Thank
Nikita.
you.
And I'm not kidding, I have been actually humming the tune, and the choreography obviously is so addictive, and also the sound is so addictive.
Right.
I want to know when the song first came to you, what was I mean, was it an instant yes कि अरे यार देखो अरिजीत है, the song is great, it's for Tiger 3, YRF, was it an instant yes or did you like take some time?
Do I get a like? Do you think I'm going to tell Preetham that let me decide? Obviously, I mean I've sung some really fun songs for Dada, and I didn't even know this song was for Tiger 3.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Like I recorded it a while back, and then recently I went back to the studio because they wanted to, they were kind of finalizing everything, and then I was like, what is this? Because they were like, come fast, like it's releasing soon, this, that.
Yeah.
So then I was like, what is it for? And like Tiger 3. I was like, really? But
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a no question asked situation when it comes to Preetham Da's music. But I'm also like that. मैं पूछती नहीं हूँ क्योंकि मुझे अच्छा लगता है यार कोई भी गाना मतलब गाना गाने में अच्छा लगता है. But
it's always the instinct कि
it's
अच्छा
all-
चलो, it
yeah.
sounds good, it is something I want to do, and you go ahead.
I think I've seen this song evolve also because obviously in the
Scratch
beginning
में कैसा था मुझे जानना है अभी.
Scratch में actually काफी like impactful था, and when I sang it the first time I remember I was like ये तो hit होगा ही क्योंकि इतना like that virality factor in the बैठे बैठे क्या करें करना है कुछ काम तो ये तो मतलब था ही मतलब I didn't think too much about whether I'm going to sing this song or whatever, but yeah, and then towards the end it was really cool because I saw it becoming a little more like it had that more Middle Eastern kind of factor being. I came back and they were like, can you re-sing these parts because we want to make it sound more not Arabic, but like a little more in that
the
zone.
The beats are very Turkish, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Turkish, yeah.
Yeah. Because I was just like, listen, if even without the image, I'm listening to it and I just cannot stop. Like on loop, it's going on and on, and you don't get tired of it. What do you think has been the USP and what has been the reaction so far? Because I am obviously telling you that it's amazing, but obviously you'll also look at how social media is reacting. You know it's going to go viral, but to what extent? And if people are really, because viral होना जरूरी नहीं है, इसका मतलब ये भी है कि लोगों को पसंद भी आ रहा है. How do you gauge all of that reaction?
I mean, it's just very overwhelming actually क्योंकि people are just like suddenly your social media also explodes. Everyone is tagging you in their own selfies also. Like it's like a random selfie with the song playing, and it's really cute actually. I saw somebody make a dance video on the song like the day it released.
Yeah.
I was like, that's some level of enthusiasm that गाना रिलीज होते ही like
बस लोग वेट ही कर रहे हैं, अच्छा चलो अब ये गाना आ रहा है, लेट्स गो अहेड एंड डू इट.
और लोग people started making hook step reels. मैं देख रही हूँ मुझे I was like, how did they even figure out the hook step so fast? Because like but it's amazing the impact of a song in general. I think from a film, especially like Tiger 3, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it, and people are like appreciating the singing, and it's just like there's like a rap section also.
And yeah, it's amazing. It's come out really well, It's a whole package. But like you said, आप तो बहुत पहले से involved थे ये गाने के साथ, जब आपको पता भी नहीं था कि it's going to be a part of Tiger 3. To finally seeing it choreographed on Salman and Katrina, when you saw that entire package, what did you think? Do you also agree that the chemistry is fierce and fire?
Yeah, it's so beautifully shot.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it put together. It's a team effort, right? Like any song, there's the chemistry, the location, the choreography, the music, the lyrics, and I mean, then I started like because you don't get to see the video till it comes out.
True.
So when you're part of the audio, you have this whole other music video playing in your head, and so then I could sense that it's gonna be shot somewhere, in that part of the world, because when I came back, we restructured the harmonies to make it sound a little more sort of, I don't know, East European, Middle Eastern, that vibe.
Correct.
And then एक लाइन था जो दैट कतरा कतरा, पहले था मस्ती पे जिंदा है, एंड इट बिकेम कतरा कतरा तफरी पे जिंदा है. लाइक काफी उर्दू वर्ड्स आ रहे गाने में, कहीं वहीं पे शूट होने वाला है, मुझे समझ आ रहा है.
बट कितना अमेजिंगली, मतलब ये पूरा टीम एफर्ट, ये पूरा पार्टी एंथम मतलब सच में बच चुका है. बट was there a pressure also, because you know that the last Tiger film had Swag Se Swagat, which became, and which till date is one of the most heard song globally on YouTube. So you know that the comparisons are going to be there, and it's already there, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, you see log thoda wo play kar rahe thoda, because both are party anthems, right? Whenever a song comes to you, do you ever think about the competition or the comparisons that are to follow?
Never. I think it's very silly to compare music in general. On a general, it's not a race, it's not a sport.
Yeah.
It's, you can't measure. I don't even understand when people do music competitions. How do you measure, you know, art?
Okay.
So मतलब अपने career में भी I never think about competition, because I think it's weird to think about it.
Right.
And we live in such a industry जहाँ पे there's a place for everybody.
True.
And yeah, so I mean, they're two completely different songs with completely different vibes actually.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, both दोनों में वो तगड़ापन है, but like it's totally different.
Can I ask you to hum a line, your favorite line from the entire song? I have too many, and I can't sing. Only if I could,
Honestly,
I would have joined you. But
my favorite is the rap part.
You can do it. I'll cheer for you here.
Oh,
Yeah.
how's it go? Oh, मैं क्या इश्क दी. Oh yeah. Oh, मैं क्या इश्क दी feeling चंगी है, सब तो रंग बिरंगी है, एक word में ही PhD है, ना comma ना full stop. I love it. It's the quirkiest part of the song.
Yeah, and also, you know what's amazing is the fact that you get to do the rap portion for the longest time.
Yeah.
It was again bringing gender in this, but most of the time we have only seen like male singers do the rap portion, and that too is very limited. To have that opportunity, how does that feel?
I've actually been fortunate enough to be one of those singers who have been part of a lot of rule-breaking things. One example that comes to my head is when I've sung a few songs with Badshah, and there was a song called Bad Boy, Bad Girl, and so I was the person who said, "It's your boy Badshah," which is weird because that's his hook.
Yeah.
But I sang it in the dub, and he was like, "Yehi rakhte hain, kyunki this sounds cool. It sounds different." So, like, in that sense, I've been part of so many things which have been the exception to the
Path-breaking
rule.
in ways, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and I love that. I love being. I think it suits my personality also, because I always do what is like.
Not expected.
Yeah, like I like to not do what everybody's doing.
How many times has it, because that also means that you're okay taking risks, right? Because when you're trying to do something not expectable, that also means that there's a huge chance that it might go here or it might go
Actually,
amazing.
I don't think of it from that perspective.
Lovely.
Like, I don't think of it कि ये करने से ये. I don't think about the repercussions from other people.
Correct.
Like, it's more like this feels right to me. Like, in fact, my entire music career started like this. I mean, I don't know if you know the story, but like, I basically started singing in the South industry with Rahman sir.
Yeah.
And and he heard my voice for the first time through this one audition that I did, where the brief was there were these like old Celtic Western classical songs, and they were auditioning. He wanted to hear people's renditions on it. So they wanted like a very like operatic kind of thing. And when the brief came to me, I was like, I don't know how to do that because that's not my voice.
Yeah.
Like I have a husky, phata voice, so I don't know how to do like sopranic stuff. So I took the guitar and basically ignored the brief and did what came naturally to me.
Yeah.
And that's what he loved. So like my journey started from listening to your inner voice as opposed to listening to what other people say.
You know, it's amazing that you mentioned that your voice is something which is husky and has a little bit of like, it's different. It's not something that you can put in a box. And I remember once I was speaking to Sunidhi ma'am, and she also kind of has a very husky voice. And for the longest time, she had to deal with the industry perception that, oh, you can sing a certain kind of song only.
Right.
That only was the problem, not the fact that she can sing those songs.
Right.
Did you also have to deal with those kind of perceptions?
In a way, yes. I feel like there was a, like in the beginning, I was kind of only getting to sing party songs because they're like Western type की आवाज है, तो अंग्रेजी type के गाने and party type के गाने. Then came along Kafirana, which was just a total exception to my
true
thing. And so yeah, I mean, I think with time, people who had the confidence to experiment did experiment.
Correct.
And I sang some very unusual songs because of that. So now I think it's more about the texture than about कि ऐसे ही गाने गा सकती है.
Correct.
So which is great. And I think since you mentioned Sunidhi, who's like such an amazing inspiration for me as well, because someone like her has actually sort of made the industry warmer to people like me.
Yeah.
Because I'm also a little bit of a black sheep in that category, you know. So to have that acceptance is because of singers like her who've broken rules.
True. And also the fact that, you know, I feel because music today has become so global, पहले हम सिर्फ जब music बनाते थे, I think we would only think of the Indian audience, but today, because of streaming platforms, because of everything else, you know that the music is consumed everywhere else in the world. Do you keep that in mind when you're making new music? Because you know that today you don't have to only cater to a particular kind of audience. Your voice will have an audience globally, irrespective of where it comes from.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true, and probably why someone like me exists in the industry. I've sung a lot of collaborations with international artists, English, Hindi, both. Growing up, I used to listen to actually like my ghazals bhi sunti thi, or jazz and blues bhi sunti thi. So I've grown up listening to a spectrum and never let anything define my influence.
Right.
So I think that I'm being able to explore that as an artist now.
But you know, again, that brings, because I've spoken to a couple of singers who have always said that, you know, especially when you have the influence, when you know that, oh, I can do the English foreign language bit very well, but also the Indian classical bits, there's always this place in the industry, especially where they'll be like, pick a lane. You either do that or this, or why are you trying to do that when there's already so many people who are doing English music? Have you ever heard? Because I remember Arman had said once that when he tried singing in English, initially there was a lot of like criticism that he had to brave through. Did you ever have to face, if not criticism, maybe voices which would tell you that why you're doing great in Indian music or just this kind of music?
I think it's been a little different for me because I used to sing, when I was in college, I used to sing, you know, like in these indie bands and stuff. And I came from an English indie background.
Correct.
And then suddenly I sang Rapta. So, and I actually, when I hear the recording also of Rapta, I remember how I used to find it difficult to sing in Hindi.
Yeah.
Because, in fact, the first time I met Pritam Da, I remember like I had recorded and then I came out and then he came and I was like, hello Dada. And then I was like, Kamo nacho. And he just like froze. he was like, he didn't know what to say to me. He was like, I thought you were a foreigner. I was like, why did you say I'm a foreigner? I was like, he had this thought in his mind that I'm an NRI, like a lot of singers. And so he was like, I don't know why I thought you were an NRI or a foreigner. And he got like flabbergasted that I spoke in Bengali. But yeah, I'm definitely not an NRI.
Definitely not. I mean, look at how she has sung this song. Beautiful. But you know, Nikita, again, do you think this is a very good time for musicians in general? Because like you said, a lot of collaborations are happening. A lot of avenues have opened up where any singer can experiment with different kind of music genres. How do you see that change? Because personally, I have seen a paradigm shift in the way music has been consumed. It's no more just about playback singing.
Right. That's true, and I'm very happy to be part of the industry at this time when there's so much change. Change also means uncertainty, but I think that's the beauty, that things are so uncertain
Yeah.
that you might as well do exactly what your heart tells you to do.
True, true.
And not think about कि ये चलता है वो नहीं चलता है ऐसे behave करना चाहिए ऐसे गाने गाने चाहिए. Just do whatever you want. And I mean actually that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
That you do exactly what you comes naturally to you.
True.
Because then you're the most honest musician. If you're trying to crack a formula, then you're not an honest musician. You're just playing just doing the business right, basically.
True. That is also important to a certain extent, but
I think first be true
to the art, and then
I mean, first do exactly what comes to you, and then find a way to make it heard.
So I'm really happy with the way the song is being consumed, and really I think it's just going to keep breaking records on each platform that it is on. Lastly, I want to know from you, another shift that we have seen within the industry is also the concert culture. बहुत time तक हम इंडिया में बोलते थे कि इंडिया में concert culture नहीं है, but in the last 2 years especially, we are seeing in fact most of the singers going out, really doing amazing concerts. So Nidhi, so I watch her and I'm just like, wow, she's really revamped and reworked on herself so much. How do you see that, and when are you also planning to sort of do more of these now?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been doing gigs and tours, and that's one of my favorite places to be on stage. Because you can't really replace that energy, that you get on stage, especially with the kind of music that's come out this year. This song, so many other songs that have come out, I'm just so excited to perform it.
True.
Because that energy is irreplaceable. I think, of course, the virality that exists in social media and so much love that the song is getting, but I can't wait to perform it on stage.
And I can't wait to see you perform on stage because, oh my God, I still can't take the tune out of my head. Do you know that? Like I'm talking to you, but the background score is just playing in my head. So that is how the song has impacted me and to many others. So I just hope that you keep going, and I hope that this song does amazingly well everywhere, and you keep doing amazing work, Nikita. Thank you so much for your time.